want you to just look there for a minute and see what you can see. And I'm going to repeat many times, and Doggy will too, so don't be offended. You're not runners, but we learn by repeating and repetition a great deal. So we have traveled over here, and we have come up on top of the Mount of Olives. This is called the Olivet Range. We have 3 forests. Okay? Mount Scopus, do you remember what that means?
Yes.
What? Okay. It means the overlook. Why the overlook? Because every person who comes to Jerusalem to conquer it has a beautiful view right up here so that they can see the city and to see how to lay siege to it. So the Greeks called it the overlook, Mount Scopus. That's where you get to see the beautiful view of Jerusalem and how to capture it. All right, and then we left Mount Scopus, and the next part was what? The Mount of Olives, okay? It's still part of the Olivet Range, isn't it? And then the southern part right here, Dottie didn't mention it, she was, but I will, is called the Mount of Olives. Southern Mount of Olives, and the Olivet Range is defended Israel. So we will talk about this and then the temple. Of course, that temple was destroyed, but when the people came back from Babylonia, okay?
You're looking at a local cemetery here.
Does anyone know the name of that temple? The Olivet Temple. Stood in the same place over here. It fell into a state of decay, and then finally the Romans eventually come here, and he becomes king of Judea. Herod the Great. Herod the Great. He's quite a guy. Herod was not a Jew, but he ruled over the Jews. And he wanted to impress them. He needed to get in good with them. He did several intriguing things. One thing is that he married a Jewish princess. That should do it. Yeah, he was, not in heart though. Not in heart, but he did convert to Judaism, but not in heart. But to solidify his political stance with the Jews, he married a Jewish princess. Okay, and that was the custom of many kings in ancient times. If you had an enemy over here in the land of Moab, the best thing you could do is go over there and marry one of their royal women. Okay? And that's good political clout for you.
The Jews buried 70,000 bodies in what you're looking at here, with the anticipation that along with the Golden Gate being sealed would deny the Savior access onto the Temple Mount. 4 Salt Lake City blocks would fit within the confines of the Temple Mount area. As you can see, it is quite large. What you're looking at is Orthodox Jews entering into the cemetery. Very, very unusual for us to get these scenes of these Orthodox Jews entering their sacred burial area. Don't know what they're about to do. They may be preparing for another burial.
They put a stone on the graves instead of flowers. You see those stones?
Engraved stones are placed on top of the grave in lieu of flowers. That's their tradition.
So now the Jews are buried in it's not a coffin, it's just a box of stone to mark the place. The Jews are buried there. There's no coffin, so there is nothing to separate the dead body from the earth. And they believe that anyway the body deteriorates and the soul goes to heaven, and that's how they believe. And the second thing, you can see a small opening in the block of stone. This is just to light candles. And since it's windy on the top of the mountain, they want to shield it to protect it, so they just put it inside a small box. Now you can see, you got a chance to see
The small square opening on the end of these block grave sites are for placing candles to be lit and be protected from the wind. Our guide Dahlia says that the families of the deceased and buried here hire these Orthodox Jews to come by and read prayers on their behalf.
And every time he came to Jerusalem, he was coming through Mount of Olives. Why do we have the cemetery here? There are two reasons. First, the cemetery of the Jews should be outside the walled city. And also agriculture should be out of the walled city. So the Jews buried their dead in a barren country, barren land which was not good for agriculture, and that means the mountains. And they believe that one of the days the Messiah is going to come, all the natural water falls in Jerusalem, and that's why...
That's the end of Hezekiah's tunnel.
Yes, that's the end of Hezekiah's tunnel, and that's where the Jebusite and the Amorites and King David himself decided to build...
Day of Judgment, there will be a lot
Jim tells us that this valley here that we're looking at is known as the Valley of Jehoshaphat, or the Valley of Judgment.
If we can make it across the Valley of Jehoshaphat, you will be saved. Through the gate. He came through the Kidron Valley, right up where the Mount of Olives, and right behind us is the little city of Bethany. Jesus had three friends who lived there. Who were they? Mary, Martha, and
Lazarus.
Okay? And so he made it.
Diane's got a friend.
Girls here, the sun you can get a good picture.
Okay, you camel jockeys. There's Sherry by her friend Sahib. Oh, that's a face only a mother could love. Right, Ryan? I'm not sure he's going to attack me or not. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my. $15 for 70 shekels for two. About 4.5 shekels per dollar.
Hotel called the Seven Arches. It's a Palestinian hotel. We used to stay there. You can see the many graves.
Look at the graves too.
On the other side of the valley. All of those are Jewish graves. Do the Jews bury their dead, or do they leave them on top in those spots? No, they bury them in the ground. Okay? The Jews do not embalm, do they, Dahlia?
The Jews do not embalm.
Yeah, they do not embalm.
They don't bury them on
Clean it and prepare it.
in the